Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video, I'll be talking about Benjamin St-Juste and how the Washington Commanders season might actually depend on him. Obviously, there's some other things involved as well, but he is going to be a key factor in the next two games for the Washington Commanders, with Marshawn Lattimore likely out for the game against the Falcons and could be out against the Dallas Cowboys as well. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. We're less than 100 subscribers away from 14,500. Trying to hit that by the end of the year. It's free, takes 1 second, and it means a ton to me. A little bit of a Christmas present. Would really appreciate it. Also, make sure to check out BetUS. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, takes 1 second. Less than 40% of y'all are subscribed. But let's get into this. So Marshawn Lattimore re-aggravated his hamstring injury against the Philadelphia Eagles this past Sunday. It was, unfortunate timing. Not only just he got injured, but also got injured at the end of the game. It definitely affected things when St-Juste was in. Sorry for the pause. He definitely affected the game in a negative way. He allowed the 4th and 7, allowed another catch, and then allowed a catch later, but came up with the tackle, which was huge, because if he doesn't do that, it's probably the game. But still, he is not even remotely close to what Lattimore is. You look at some of the stats, and this is way early in the season, so things have changed. But honestly, not a ton of things have changed, just because, Lattimore, after this November 3rd, hasn't played. He probably played like 3 games, or 2 games, and not even 2 full games. And then St-Juste maybe played like 4-ish games. The pass rating allowed, you can see the difference. You can see the receptions allowed, 8 to 31. Yeah, it's a big difference. And St-Juste has been a huge liability for the Commanders. And also, it's not even like, you look at this. This doesn't even factor in the penalties. St-Juste is a penalty merchant. Every single game, it seems like he has a penalty. I mean, he went in for 3 snaps against the New Orleans Saints and had a penalty. That is ridiculous. And I don't even know, out of those 3 snaps, how many were were dropbacks by the Saints, by Rattler. I don't know, maybe 2, maybe 1. So he at minimum had a penalty on 33%, a little bit over 33% of the snaps he played, but probably a little bit more, maybe 50 or 100% of the snaps that were dropbacks, he had a penalty. This is not good. You cannot be doing that. He's very handsy. And the thing is, when you get a reputation of being handsy as a cornerback, the refs aren't going to let that slide. Even if it's a tic-tac thing, they're not going to give you that respect a lot of the time. And yeah, St-Juste, the Commanders are going to need him this week. If he's going to be playing, it's probably going to be him, Mike Sanders still, and then Noah Igbenogany, and then maybe Michael Davis will be in the mix too. I don't know. Maybe they'll call up a corner, but yeah, the Falcons, they might not be the best team, but they have some good receivers. Drake London's a stud. This is the only duo in the NFL right now with 950 plus yards each and 5+ touchdowns each. So they're both able to get receptions. They're all, and yards. They're both able to get touchdowns. Drake London's solid. This is his 3rd year, I believe. Same year as Jahan Dotson, that class, and then Darnell Mooney. It's been a little up and down in his career. First couple years were decent, then the next year or 2 were and then this year's been really good by Darnell Mooney. I wonder if it's a contract year, might be, but yeah, he's been good. He's a good deep threat for them. So this is a matchup for St-Juste. I don't know who I'd rather him be on. I think, Drake London's better than Darnell Mooney, but I honestly think St-Juste might be better against him. The only thing is, St-Juste with the tackling, it's not the greatest. I mean, really none of his game is that good. His ball production isn't good. His just everything. I mean, I don't want to, go too crazy, but we all know he's not the best player. But here's the thing. All that he's done the rest of the first 15 games of the season goes out the window. We need him for this game against the Atlanta Falcons. Does he need to absolutely ball out? No. If we can just get solid play from him, or even slightly below average play, that's good. So yeah, he hasn't had a good year, but we need to root for him. be behind him this week. And if he can have a good game, that would be a huge deal for the Washington Commanders heading into this Falcons game and would help them clinch a playoff spot. Real quick, a word from today's sponsor, BetUS. Make sure you guys check them out. Use the code YouTube150 for a 150% first time deposit match on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Check them out. The Commanders versus Falcons game Sunday night, as you guys all know, the Commanders are at home. They are 4-point favorites, minus 205 on the money line, and then 47.5 is the over/under. I like the Commanders money line here. I think the Commanders will win this game. It's not going to be an easy game. Michael Penix's second game starting in the NFL. Over-under is kind of high there compared to some of the games near them, but I think this will be a good game, and the Commanders hopefully clinch a playoff berth for the first time since 2020 with Ron Rivera. And they actually have a chance, depending on what happens with the Eagles, they have a chance to win the division if the Commanders win out and the Eagles lose out, and Jalen Hurts likely out this week against the Dallas Cowboys, and so is CeeDee Lamb against the Eagles. But yeah, make sure you guys check out BetUS. They got the fastest payouts in the industry, and as usual, bet responsibly. But yeah, back talking about St-Juste and his performance this past season, or so far this season hasn't been great. And it's been, his rookie year was actually pretty good. He just was injured, and then the years after that, it just wasn't great. And especially this year and last year have not been good by Benjamin St-Juste. And I think, he's probably the fans' least favorite player, and it's a combination of his play and then also, the little celebrations he does and just stuff like that gets people upset. It is what it is, but at this point, again, we have to get behind him and hope he has a good game against the Atlanta Falcons, because if he can ball out for us or even play okay and contain Darnell Mooney and Drake London, then the Commanders have a really good shot to win this game against a solid, opponent. And I think also, he doesn't have to make a bunch of big plays, but if he can just play solid, not make the back-breaking plays. If he allows a 9-10 yard reception, is that good? No, but that's okay. Like Mike Sanderson last game, he allowed a few of those. That's fine, honestly. It isn't the end of the world. But when you consistently give them first downs on penalties or just whiffs on tackles, that's when it's bad. Like you saw Lattimore last week. He did allow some touchdowns and some PIs that I didn't really agree with. A couple of them. There was one that was definitely PI, but you saw one play where he lets AJ Brown make the catch, but guess what? He tackles him right away, and he actually kind of loses some yards after contact. And the Commander, he forces a fourth down. Those are the types of plays we need from Benjamin St-Juste this week against the Atlanta Falcons. We can live with the 3, 4, 5, 6 yard gain. Just get him down. Don't turn a solid play by the Falcons into a big play, which is a lot of times what he has done. Emmanuel Forbes would do it. Michael Davis has done it. Watch the Giants game back, the first Giants game. Malik Neighbors, the first few possessions that he was getting targets before they took Michael Davis out. Michael Davis was just getting cooked, and not only cooked, but then he would miss the tackle. That's the worst part. So if you're going to get beat, that's not great, but make the tackle. That's the biggest thing. So if St-Juste can do that, and he's not an awful tackler. At times he's been okay, but the game against the Eagles last week, he missed a crucial tackle, but then he made one. So we'll just see. We'll just see what happens this week. Big game for Benjamin St-Juste. I don't know if he's going to go up against Drake London or if he's going to go up against Darnell Mooney, but this is a big game for him. I think he's done in Washington after this year. I really do think so. But again, he can still contribute to the team and maybe end on a little bit of a better note with Commanders fans than he is right now, because if he ends up these next 2 games costing them, I don't think Commanders fans are going to be very happy. And he has a chance to, do both things, really help them out and get them in the playoffs, or be the reason they lose and miss the playoffs if he has 2 really bad games. And there's going to be some good receivers this week. Next week, it looks like CeeDee Lamb's out for the rest of the season, so at least that's good. But they still got some guys, Brandon Cooks, I don't know if he'll play, but there's still some guys that could, do some damage. So St-Juste could be a hero or could be the villain these next couple weeks if Lattimore doesn't play next week, which I doubt he does. It would be great if the Commanders can just win this week, clinch. You rest Lattimore, you rest De'Ami Brown, all the guys that are hurt. Go ahead and rest them, and maybe get some younger guys some PT, but really just get that rest and be fully good to go for that playoff game the week after week 18. Maybe you get Eckler back, maybe you get Noah Brown back. I don't know. But that's just my thought process on it. But it all starts with beating the Atlanta Falcons this week. Sunday Night Football at Washington or Landover, or I guess, yeah, Landover, Northwest Stadium. If you can go. I might be there. We'll see. Depends on, the ticket situation. But, hopefully the Commanders win that game. It's going to be a very, very big game. And it's not official yet. I mean, I checked before I made the video. It's not official on if Lattimore is going to play or not, but it's looking like he is going to be out for this game. I would be very surprised. I guess they just announced it. So he's going to be out for this game. Andrew Wiley is out, so just a little bit of an injury update for you guys at the end of this video. If you did stay this whole time, a lot of injuries. Andrew Wiley, De'Ami Brown, Jordan McGee, Tyler Owens, and Marshawn Lattimore are all out. And then John Allen's questionable, and then Marcus Mariota is questionable with a personal issue. So hopefully everything's good with that. But a lot of not so great injury news there. We'll see with some of those guys if they're able to get back for maybe the last game of the season or the playoffs if the Commanders do indeed make it. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure you guys go ahead and check out BetUS. If you stayed till the end, go ahead and comment down below. Just comment down the most random Redskins, Washington football team, or Commander player you can think of. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out BetUS, and peace.